Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, The Shadow and the Blade, where we have some dudes to kill. It turns out, sometimes, in the maintenance of an empire of massive, massive evil, some violence has to be performed. Who would have thought? So let's go ahead and do a quick violence. Banning is down to 2 loyalty. Unacceptable. It is an unacceptable number. Winning a battle should help cheer him up. He always does love slaughter. What? How dare you? How dare you flee? Alright, the good news is he can only do that fleeing nonsense once. Alright, these men have brought with them a mortar and also a lot of guns. Just like a huge number of guns. And also this dude, Felix. Felix is, I think, pretty scary. I don't know, looking at his stats, he looks fine. We have of course, our A+ top tier army here, including a Warp Lightning Cannon and a Plague Mortar. And then on top of that, we have a catapult from the settlement garrison. This should go down pretty easily, I think. If we hit auto-resolve here, I bet it would kill my army. It would kill a bunch of us, at the very least, given the placement of the balance of power bar. But honestly, I don't think this is going to be that hard. The mortar crew is very disruptible with clan rats from underground. The same thing can be said for the handgunners. We have a crew of Jezzails to work the handgunners over as they approach. Yeah, I don't know. We could lose a lot of rats here. We could lose a lot of Skaven slaves, but I don't think this is going to be all that hard. I will say that we do not have much of a role for the gutter runners in this battle, probably. Not going to be a huge part of things. Let's gamble. And then I think we should check the distances here. So the range of their mortar crew is 380. The range of our mortar is a mere 250. Although we do have 430 range on the Warp Lightning Cannon. I'm actually a little surprised. I did not realize it was that great. But I think we want to start way back here. I think we're gonna start on top of our reinforcements. We'll let them come in, and we'll use the Warp Lightning Cannon to prod our opponents. I don't love the battlefield. It's like gentle rolling hills, but you know, we didn't get to pick here. I tried picking where the battle was gonna go down. They didn't like it. So we're gonna put, man, yeah, the Plague Mortar really does have a short range. But the thing is, I want it way back here because I want their mortar crew to have to come in range of our mortars in order to be in the battle. We can have the Eye Takers right here, who also have considerable range, much greater than the mortars, it turns out. And then everybody else just kind of get back here. And we'll figure everything else out later. We don't actually want all our guys grouped up this tightly with the enemy having mortars, but I want to fan out in areas that the starting arrangement is not going to let us fan out. We want to do more like this kind of stuff. So we actually have pretty reasonable melee in this army. Oh right, the other weapon teams probably have to pull these guys out to the side as well. Alright, mostly what we're doing here is we're waiting for the catapult to roll in. I think we're gonna start seeing Warp Lightning fire any second now, right? Like, they're actually approaching pretty quickly. And as soon as they've separated from their mortar crew enough, obviously, we drop clan rats on it. We do have access to warp bombs as well, remember? So yeah, they're being very respectful of the range of the Warp Lightning Cannon. Trying to select the catapults here, but they're actually remarkably hard to click on. Halt. Stop going forward. Alright, the first blasts of Warp Lightning. Fairly effective. Relatively effective. I think that it is time. I think this is good enough. Also, I'm very upset with my clan rats for already being afraid. These are not dangerous units. Oh, I killed the mortar crew. Oh my god, you guys. Terrible, terrible work. They immediately panicked upon coming in contact with enemy ranged units. That's just... it's very embarrassing, is what it is. Almost in Jezzail range. Okay, we need to take some of these units up here and move them back, because this is what the enemy mortar is aiming for. I want them to have to come all the way forward. Do not move the Plague Claw Catapult. But move everybody else behind the Plague Claw Catapult. If they want to come in range, if they want us to be in range of their stuff, they got to come in range of our stuff. That's the rule. Jezzails are getting their initial fire off, and we're just gonna... Huh, what are these guys doing? Are they actually chasing down... I mean, they were chasing down the remnants of the clan rat group as it ran off, but those guys stopped existing quite some time ago. Oh no, I guess there was one rat left. Alright, the Plague Mortar is doing its thing. Got a lot of damage going on here. Ow! That's enemy heroes getting hit directly in the face by Warp Lightning fire. God, look at that. That is so cool. Like, horrible, but like, cool. No. You don't actually get to fire the mortars. Absolutely not. Yes, I know you're being shot at. Just kill a couple of guys before you panic and run, would you? Those dudes are about to walk into Warp Fire Thrower range. This is going to go even worse for them than they were thinking. Actually, let's have the Warp Fire Throwers move up and make sure that we do not get a lot of gunfire. You guys are clearly in range. Just go ahead and shoot. Go ahead and do some shooting. There we go. Alright, as soon as they're kind of out to the side there, yeah, engage skirmish mode. So they'll manage that themselves. And now it is time to start directly engaging with the enemy characters. So, we have an overwhelming, truly overwhelming number of melee units back here. We've done some fine work at range. I think it is time now to just swamp whatever remains of the enemy army. Let's see, you're a Warlock Engineer. I mean, we may as well drop some Warp Lightning while we're doing this, but this battle is like 30-40% over already before the contact has even been made. I think we're probably okay here. Actually, Rat Ogres, don't you dare run into those spears. That's a terrible idea. Disregard me. Alright, clan Rats, get through here. They do have a lot of characters, and they have some characters that we're going to have a hard time dealing with because we only have so many assassins. We can only kill so many characters at once. Can I please issue an order here? There we go. Alright, I did let Felix get all the way up to the Jezzails. That's fine, though. They'll fall back. They'll be all right. And we do have these Plague Monk Sensor Bears. Remember, these guys are not very tough. They have a tendency to get murdered if enemies are allowed to attack them directly. So we have to be cautious with them. And we still have 2 charges of clan rats. Very little damage was done to that mortar team somehow. Our clan rats have been unimpressive so far. That's alright. We're going to use the clan rats over here instead, where they might actually get a thing accomplished. We'll have the Rat Ogres just charge some people. Actually, looks like I can't tell what these guys are doing. They're chasing off one of the other units of clan rats that ran off. We can definitely end them now. There's nobody anywhere around them. If that unit of gunners wants to turn around and shoot at us, that's fine. They won't get it done quickly enough for it to matter, probably. Could you two maybe work on them? Run in there and get those kills. And honestly, the warp-fire throwers, like, what I want to do with them is move them out around the side here, because we need to start firing into the backs of these enemy units. We're definitely not going to use the Doom Rocket unless we absolutely have to, and it looks like we probably do not absolutely have to. Make sure that the siege units are keeping enemy ranged units under control. Actually, we can have the poison mortar shoot at these guys, and the warp lightning cannons can shoot at things that are considerably further away, like those guys. Alright, got lots of good gunfire going on here. I bet they were so proud of themselves when they marched up into our lands with their dozens of rifles. They were like, we'll show them the power of modern technology. This has not exactly worked out the way I think they were hoping. Did you set that guy on fire, please? Alright, Felix is in there and he's apparently invulnerable. We've been working on killing him for a really long time. It's not really happening. Drop some mortar fire over here. Alright, so most of these guys have permanently broken. Now, I was going to say, I'm not sure what the holdup is. I think the holdup is Felix. I had to say, looking at his army, looking at his stats, I was not too impressed. Like, he looked fine. He's like a fine melee lord, basically okay. But in actual combat, he did prove to be functionally invulnerable. So I suppose there is that to say for him. We should look at his stat card, again, coming out of the battle here. I'm wondering if he has an ability that I didn't notice that causes him to have tremendously increased stats when he's surrounded or something. Yeah, we took almost no losses there. Very, very low numbers for Skaven. I can't believe the balance of power bar had that close to even. Like, what is the version of that that comes out close to even? I don't get to see the card on the screen. Alright, well, we certainly don't need the food. I guess we do this? I don't want to destroy our replenishment rate with the other option. Okay, Sealment bombs, which means next level we'll be able to take the crackle bombs. And you need to take one more skill point in this group, so increase your melee weapon, increase your armor dramatically. Yeah, ammunition up for the army sounds okay. How are we going to apply you next? I mean, we gotta start putting pressure on him again, right? I was really expecting him to gain some loyalty there, because he won a big battle and he ate a dude. Well, all right. Well, all right. I guess that's not how it's gonna work. We'll just move to the edge of our territory and let our stuff replenish here. And you are going to strike north. I see dwarves. Dwarves where there used to be orcs, I believe. Let's fix that. Let's go solve that problem. Looks like there's something on fire over here. I'm just curious. We'll just sit in ambush mode and... We're probably okay. I'm looking at this and thinking about the amount of time we have before Bilbali might get attacked. They haven't declared yet, but they might actually play it smart and not declare until they are like right on top of us. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'm not going to stress too much about it. Ikit Claw can cover a lot of ground and get under those mountains pretty quickly. The thing we're seeing here is, for some reason, an army that belongs to Bordello. I guess that used to be Broken Nose territory. So the reason there's a Bordello army here is they were attacking the orcs. Pretty weird. The Skull Takers were friendly with them, trying to make sure that we are not missing any opportunities for trade here. Real quick, while we're on this screen and I'm remembering. Okay, obviously we could deal with that pretty easily. Are you at war with Carcassonne? You are. Okay. So if that Carcassonne army makes landfall, there's a pretty good chance Aranessa will run over and kill it anyway. I think we're alright. I think we are just fine. And we're actually, like, we're so positive on food that we probably don't have to worry about food again for a very long time. We can just spend it whenever there is a reasonable battle. Because as it is, we're losing tons and tons of food to the food cap, right? Like every time we win a battle, a bunch is going to waste. Wow, what incredible luck that they managed to move through the tiny little narrow area that we didn't have our zone of control in. And again, what incredible luck. Just narrowly managing to avoid the ambush on the other side. I think it is pretty obvious that even when an AI force officially does not know that your army is there, they still kind of know your army's there. Banning's loyalty is critical. He's been talking openly of your incompetence. Yeah, listen. I did what I could for him.
Ready.
He doesn't want to get happy when he wins a battle. What am I supposed to do? We will, I guess, just run forward here. Hold on, let's get out of march mode because I want to make sure that I leave enough. Here we go. Leave enough movement to go into raiding mode, and we're gonna raid. Raiding should be good for loyalty, right? You would think?
Smash. Clan Scryer.
Alright, it should be completely trivial to kill these guys. Yep, and we get an ambush and everything. Should be 0 losses. We'll replenish. Oh yeah, that's right. We did have a mission to kill her, didn't we? What a bizarre move on their part. Scroll of Leeching. So we can lower the enemy's magic recharge rate. Not honestly all that impressive. Alright, even more ambush success chance, because why would we ever want to fight a battle that wasn't an ambush battle? Gonna finish getting fleet-footed here, and these dwarves... Okay, they're a little cannon-heavy, for my taste. And dwarf siege crews are remarkably good fighters for siege crews. But they're all tired. This should be pretty easy. Especially if we get an ambush. Yeah, like that. And again, we'll take a replenishment here. The dog never barks, by the way, unless I'm recording. As far as I can tell, she knows. She waits until she can bark directly in the direction of the microphone. Well, we don't really need either of these corruption skills. Recruitment cost down for the army feels pretty bad. Like the recruitment costs you pay for units are such a small percentage of the the actual cost of the unit. So I guess income up from looting settlements is fine. At this point, we're really just trying to get out of the box. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go back to standing just on my own side of the line, and I guess we'll do it right here, and we'll go into ambush mode again, and then next turn, when we're fully healed, we'll push Karak Buftar. Tilia could be leveled up, and yeah, we have the money. We have the money, that's a reasonable thing to do. In Skaven Blight, next turn we'll want to upgrade the weapon burrow, so maybe that was not a great move. Whatever, we'll have the money, we'll figure it out. Myrmidons is apparently getting more profitable, able to raid for a larger amount. It looks like I have no idea what these Bretonnians are, or what these Carcassonne guys are doing. Are they trying to sail around to the Broken Nose, maybe? I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange. I don't know what Aranessa is doing either. Also, we've had that tunnel expander thing up in the Undercity under Carcassonne for quite some time. I'd really love to see it actually work. I'm starting to wonder if it's functional. I mean, it's only a 5% chance per turn. So you could go quite a number of turns before it having not expanded you would even be very unlikely. But it has been quite a number of turns. Okay, I thought Aranessa was maybe going to help me out here. It kind of looks like she's just going to let the dudes from Bordello run over to Bilbali. Seems like a problem. Somebody saw through Ikid Claw's ambush. His trait was gained perhaps a little bit too soon. Perhaps inappropriately.
Enemies in sight.
So we now have a concern over here about Bretonnians in Bilbali. Carry out a successful assassination attempt against this dwarf. I don't know. I don't know if I care about that dwarf enough to do that. Right, next level we'll be able to get Assassin's Trophy. And let's just go hit Karak Buftar, right? There's no way there's a defending force. Oh, apparently there is. The dwarves just have infinite units. That's so crazy. We just wiped out a whole dwarf army in our lands. Don't they have stuff going on in their own home? I guess not. Alright. Well, we'll just wait right here. Yeah, he gained some loyalty. He likes raiding. Raiding's fun. Well, we're definitely just gonna keep creeping along here and raiding and heading toward Myrmidons. I'm sure that they have an army just sitting in there, and we'll have to figure that out when we get there. But in the meantime, there's an awful lot of money to be made. Okay, so this upgrade is going to be 6,000. That's probably the next thing we want to spend on, so we'll save up a little bit. Virulent Plans. You know what? Virulent Plans does give us food capacity. We should probably grab that. Adds an extra Clan Rats unit to the army spawned by the Vermintide Undercity building. We should probably try to do a Vermintide before the end of the series, just because I'm curious. Oh, look at this, man. We're, like, actually positive on public order in places. This is... The campaign has really turned around for us. Do we want to build anything in the Castle Carcassonne Undercity? We could deepen the tunnels to reduce discoverability to 0, actually. Oh, this has an upgrade. Oh, we should definitely do that. I know I said that we were going to save up, but income increases are awfully valuable. This is gonna be all of our money. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make some more money. We'll just we'll build the arsenal off of money from winning battles, probably. Not because I think that that's a good strategy, but because it is the strategy that is available to us. Obviously, more income is the best strategy. Right up until the point where the campaign would end before you actually got the benefit of the money. See, this seems very strange to me. Araness assaults by going all the way out of her way just to siege Brionne? I don't know if that... She's more likely to get it than she is to get Castle Carcassonne, and of course, ports are better for her. But, I don't know, man. Apparently, the High Elf nation of Calidor has been invited to join war against us. They are... I believe Calidor is on the western side of the big High Elf Island, which is to the northwest of all this stuff. So they're going to have a hard time accessing us. But it's not impossible that we could see a bunch of ships show up on the horizon, I suppose. The Bray herds come. Out of the forest they emerge, the horned beasts that stand upright in a vile parody of man. They are the Cloven Ones, the children of chaos, and they have come for us to tear down our civilization. They have not come for me. That's incorrect. They have come for other people.
Don't think so.
They'll probably get along with me quite well. Yeah, okay, well, it looks like we're not going to be able to make any headway here because there's a whole army there. So maybe we just turn around and go back to prepare to fight the Bretonnians.
Move that.
You can just keep raiding. We don't actually see these. They could be right here. There's a small area of no vision between Bilbali and Castle Carcassonne. I guess that's potentially the case.
No.
Right here somewhere around right here. We could probably underway across the mountains, but maybe the best move is just to full march, like, all the way back to Skavenblight. Yeah, I really wanted to press the dwarves here. I thought maybe we could, if not expand, at least make some room here for the orcs, but this is a lot of dwarves. That means they committed 40, like almost 2 full units, 2 full armies of dwarves to taking Karak Buftar.
Warlock engineer.
And I don't... Maybe we could just go... Maybe we just go in there and get them. We have an okay army. And Karak Buftar doesn't have a garrison, or it doesn't have walls or anything. Its garrison is hilariously weak.
Big on.
So it'd be a lot of Longbeards, which unfortunately are pretty good melee fighters. Extremely hard to kill in melee. They don't do a lot of damage, but 53 melee defense with 105 armor. It's real tough to dig through. We got some gyrocopters that I'm not too worried about. We have enough guns that gyrocopters would not be a real problem. Their cannon crews, on the other hand, are remarkably accurate. If we did take them out, that would be a huge blow to them, and it would weaken the dwarves in the area. We should fall back, though. I would really love it if we didn't end up losing Bilbali.
Travel now.
Alright, and then technologies. Well, we could distill up some poisons. We only have 1 Plague Monk unit right now, and we're not likely to get a lot more in the near future. However, to access Plans Within Plans, which we are currently building toward, we do have to record effective recipes down, which means that we do need hallucinogenics. Yeah, alright, distill poisons. We've actually got 2 of the 3 prereqs for record effective recipes already, so may as well. Yeah, I feel like we're having a hard time making headway here. We're having a hard time expanding. It is still the case that we just have too much pressure on too many sides. If we were to burn down Myrmidons instead of establishing an Undercity, I wonder whether we would be able to get the orcs to expand out into it. Because I don't really want to own it. It seems like a real pain in the ass, but if we could have an ally take control of it, an ally who we don't have to be directly responsible for. Okay, another nation. Kalidor invited Lothern to do battle with us. Myrmidons is just now starting to build an army. We should probably chill the raiding then and move on them. We are allowed to just attack them without building siege weapons now because we have units in our army that have the siege attacker trait. Alright, the loyalty of Banning has improved for now. Yeah, he really loves raiding. It's like his favorite thing. Okay, so we can't attack this turn. I'm going to move to, like, right here. Go into ambush mode in the hopes of them not realizing that I am here. So obviously, it sure would be a shame if they reacted to my presence. I wonder if the best way to approach... It's probably just to go right here.
Keep suits dry.
And then, you know, underway. But obviously, I don't want them to see me first. So maybe it would be a better move to just do a run around. If we use the underway to move in, they're gonna get the first crack at me because I'm gonna be perfectly stationary for a turn.
Go!
Yeah, I'm just gonna run. Bordalo is raiding in land that belongs to Magritta, not land that belongs to Bilbali? Wait. How could that even be the case? I guess they could have moved through the forest. The forest is outside of Bilbali's vision range. They could have moved through the forest into... Well, alright. That's a thing they're allowed to do. It's a thing they will pay for, but it is a thing that they were able to do. I think we might have a real big turn coming up here. Yep, there's that army. So, they're going to be tired from all the raiding, provided that they don't change up their play here. They're going to be tired for all the raiding, and I would put our army up against theirs one-on-one quite easily, under even better circumstances than this. We should be able to wipe them out while they're tired, without much trouble, which is good, because it looks like we're also going to have to fight two large armies of people from Carcassonne. And Alberic de Bordelot has just gone into ambush mode there. I saw him do it. For some reason, all these Carcassonne armies are apparently not after me at all. They're trying to go down to the Southlands? Well, okay. It's not a big deal. We can deal with that. I'd like to at the very least consider clipping the backside of their wagon train here. We just kill the last of their armies moving through as the first ones hit the shore. Then maybe we could between the two of us, between us and Aranessa, kill their entire existing army and then make some moves on their territory.
Engineer of Scryer.
So his ambush failed. We have discovered him. He was too close to us, and we passed our perception check because our ambush defense chance is 1,000,000. It's roughly 1,000,000 units of chance. Let's roll over here and just smash these dudes. They have a lot of horses, and that's it. Just a lot of horses. That's their whole play. I mean, look, I'm not going to pretend that there's no danger here. The horses are not particularly good at surviving being shot with all the guns, but they are pretty good at killing the guns if they're allowed to reach them. Oh, interesting. I guess, yeah, we are attacking them right across the river, aren't we? So he gets to set up on one side of the river. We have to set up way back far away from it. But I think on the whole, this really disadvantages him. He needs to put his whole army like right here and then ride through that bottleneck into the open space as quickly as possible. Because if we're allowed to bottleneck them and then just fire across the river with our guns and catapults, he's completely doomed. 23 is fine. I can work with 23. Oh, he's set up so far away from the bottleneck. No, never mind. That's right where the bottleneck is. Okay, he's probably going to do the smart thing and just run through. Let us set the catapults forward against the edge here, because we want to... Yep, we want to be able to hit that bottleneck. Then we want all of these guys. We're going to make this just big, slow melee group 1. Death Runners intentionally excluded. The Death Runners... I'm going to put the Death Runners over here, I think. Sneaky Vanguard play. I might put Federeif over there with them. And then I don't really know what to do with the Doomflayers. We'll figure it out. And Ikit goes right here. All of the weapons teams need to also be as far forward as possible. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Make you guys a group, make you guys a group. Okay. So we definitely want the big fat melee group to just march right up here, if they will let us. The Jezzails need to like make it to this hill, I guess. The Rattling Guns should try to make it to this hill. The Jezzails could be further back, but the terrain's a little uneven. Like if we're anywhere over here, we're gonna have trouble shooting into the bottleneck. Hey, I guess get up here and we'll figure it out. And we're gonna keep the Vanguard guys in place until we know whether or not they need to run up. We should get some really, really good catapult fire here. Oh, Jesus. Make sure both of these are in guard mode. Then how are we doing on range? The Jezzails could probably stop pretty soon, actually. Oh, you see those green arrows? They have pox arrows. This is a thing Bretonnians sometimes do. They put disease all over their projectiles, which is a very brave and knightly sort of thing to do, I guess. Well, if you think it's safe to stop and shoot, I'm going to also start shooting. He's not actually in range. Yeah, he'll be in range soon. And then, do we want to use a unit of clan rats to just try to sort of slow their advance and keep them in the bottleneck as long as possible? It's worth a shot. We have 6 units of clan rats here. We can afford to waste some number of them. And then we also have the Storm Demon ability. I definitely want to try that out. We will get to it. Well, I think we've attracted a spell cast from them. They did something. Hey, what a surprise! Our units are cowards. Right, unfortunately, the spear rats did not get in on the knights. Okay, Ikit Claw. Let's have you commit some spells here. First of all, Brass Orb, right there. Secondly, Great Big Warp Lightning right here. That looks like a good one. Let's get some Catapult Fire on these enemies. Not much sense in shooting at the, What are you doing? Oh. Apparently the Council Guard, I had set them way off to the side. Well, they should definitely run in and get a hold of some of these knight units that are just sitting around. All right, let's do some of Ikit Claw's new stuff. So this is a magic missile. This is like a direct fire thing. Can't help but notice that you guys don't seem to feel you have a shot over anybody from the hill. We can reorient our troops a little bit. It's having trouble finding the angle, apparently. It didn't happen. Okay. Well, I think Alberic de Bordelot is maybe a little overconfident here, because Ikit Claw is actually a very good fighter. Looks like they're having a moment of weakness. You guys should probably pursue. Yeah, Alberic de Bordelot is not... He is not quite a match for Ikit Claw. We're going to see this ability, damn it. Get him. Get him. He's charging it up. He changed his mind. Oh. Yeah, we'll never catch him now. Never mind. That went about as I thought it was going to go. That was a close victory, was it? See, here's the thing. The game doesn't know how to evaluate losses. It looks at these guys and goes, hey, look, a bunch of dudes had deaths happen to them. Look at all the death that happened to them. But these units don't matter in such an important way. Not like in the cosmic way where we all don't matter. These guys don't matter in every way. Their deaths probably shouldn't even be tallied, is all I'm saying. The game regards this victory as close. I regard it as quite decisive. And there's probably a lot of money and food that's going to be earned here because these knight units are quite valuable. So we'll just take what replenishment we can get. Okay, 1,200. That's a little less than I would have guessed. We stole their crown of command. Plus 15 melee attack when fighting at sea. That is probably not gonna come into play very often.
Chief Warlock.
Alright, let's finish the job here. This should be pretty much 0 casualties. The horses have more meat on them than the men do. I think that's why we're getting better post-battle replenishment now. And then Ikit Claw is here in case Carcassonne wants to get a little aggressive with us. We are here. Recruit rank +1 for all units is a pretty handy skill. You know, maybe I should move so that I'm in the reinforcement range of Magritta just in case these guys do decide that they want to fight. Also, Magritta could probably... Oh, we're definitely taking Assassin's Trophy. Magritta could probably use a proper garrison building. Because it does only have... It has walls automatically due to being a major settlement, but it does only have an 11-unit garrison. And I bet they're not even particularly good units. Alright, let's get our arsenal established, because I definitely want to be able to recruit more of those plague mortars. Those things are horrifying, but also very effective. It's horrifying how effective they are. Okay, so, post-big battle here, we might be able to get a concession from Bordello. I was going up here to click on one of their settlements. Alright, I'll take that. We might have been able to weasel some money out of them, but frankly what I want is just fewer forces that can suddenly attack me without a warning. And it is definitely time to attack Marauders. So what have they managed to put together? They did build a mortar, but that's really the only thing they have that is at all dangerous. As you can see, because we have Warp Lightning Cannons, which have the Siege Attacker trait, we can now skip building the ram, because the Warp Lightning Cannons can just shoot the city gates to pieces. And we're going to do that. I think it is a bad idea. I probably should have spent some food on some Menace Below charges. I'm clicking way too fast. I think it's a bad idea to sit here for too long, because we know that the Border Princes are capable, they have an economy that is capable of fielding multiple armies, and we haven't seen one of their armies in a little while, so they might have dudes out here in the field. I do not know what my plan is for the city. I do know that I don't think it would be terribly valuable for us to own this. This is not a high-value area, and it doesn't lead us in the direction of any conquerables. Like, eventually we will take over all of Bretonnia. But I don't think it benefits us too much to expand in this direction. It might be worth it to just sack it and then install an Undercity. Let's see, I think I would rather start over here. There's a little bit more space to work with on this side. So we'll put the Warp Lightning Cannons right there. And honestly, we'll just kind of put everything sort of wherever. Because we're going to move forward anyway. There's no sense in doing a lot of careful setup now when we're going to change our positions immediately. Alright, do this thing. Everybody gets a generic run forward order, and then we'll give people more specific orders later. Okay, they've got a mortar unit way back in the town center. So we definitely want to set up our plague mortars in a position where they're going to be able to get some clean fire. The trees are going to be a little bit of a problem. Let's try setting them up here, maybe? The Warp Lightning Cannons, similarly, like, I'd love to be able to shoot at the gate, but it's not 100% trivial to do while not being in a position where I'm getting hammered by that fort tower. We could set them up, like, here. Some of the projectiles are going to get eaten by the trees, but not too much. And then once the Death Globe mortars have had the opportunity to soften up the walls a little bit, we can push the walls. In fact, we can push the walls pretty much right away. I want to get everybody forward first, so that we're running across the wall, not like diagonally through the tower's line of fire. Just like limit the amount that the tower gets to shoot at us. Okay, we might actually want to move these forward a little bit. Again, I'm worried about projectiles impacting with trees as they're fired. I'm debating whether I think it's even a good idea for us to open the gates. Maybe the best thing to do would be to just get control of the walls. So if I tell them to attack the gates, yeah, they're going to move instead of firing. They don't like the angle they have. Okay, here's what we'll do. Clanrat Spears. Here. And here. With the Eshin Triads and the Plague Monks in following positions. Well, I'll put them right here until the walls get closer. I want to make sure those units don't go up the ladders first, though. And then once the towers and the enemies are a little more distracted here, we're going to have the warp lightning cannons roll across and just fire from directly in front of the gate. Oh, right. Except they're still moving because they thought I wanted them to move like that. This has been fairly effective. Okay, have them get like right here. Yeah, they won't be in anybody's line of fire that way. Give the triads climb orders. Give these guys climb orders. Alright, get up there, take control. You guys could stop firing for a minute. It's mostly our units that you're going to be hitting in a second here. I'm kind of surprised that the humans still have control of that tower, actually. We'll get Banning over here, because Banning is probably going to also climb the ladder. And let's put a bunch of Crummy Skaven in front of the Warp Lightning Cannons. You guys, get over there. Don't let them shoot the Warp Lightning Cannons, please. Get our Warp Fire Throwers over here as well. Oh, they're just going to open the gates. That's a move. That's a thing you can do. Come on. Come on out. Oh, what's wrong? You change your mind? They thought better of it. They're like, well, wait a minute. Is this actually a good plan? Alright, and we're going to do that every 30 seconds for the entire rest of the battle. You can see they are getting some actual melee units up on the walls, but as the plague pack gets up there, we should be able to handle them. Yeah, the men are engaging with the clan rats, and then the plague monks are engaging with them. It's hard to issue orders up here on the wall. Okay, they are now shelling the walls. Hey guys, open the gates maybe. There we go. That shouldn't take long. Okay, that is now under my control, so we can safely move up the rest of the units. I just wanted to make sure we weren't taking a lot of unnecessary tower damage, but we definitely want to be able to get through the gates quickly. Alright, it's coming along. It's coming along. Make sure that we are not leaving the enemies healthy for the post-gate combat here. Man, overcharged warp lightning is pretty effective. Ooh. Oh, I don't know about all this. Maybe we could take it easy on the flamethrowers up onto the walls that are full of our guys. I see what you're going for, but, like, take it easy. Come on. Are these not open yet? Slingers firing over the wall. Just blind fire. Just, like, get some rocks over there. Maybe they'll hit something. Maybe they won't. Who cares? Amorphous shifting of the enemy units, unfortunately, is going to make some of this lightning miss. Okay, so, through the breach. The remaining units of clan rats, and also a whole lot of Skaven slaves, just kind of jam yourselves in there, and then we're definitely going to be doing some fire through. These slingshots are probably doing very close to nothing. One thing you can say about the Empire is that they do not lack armor. Let's get Banning through here. He's going to be doing a fair amount of the up-close. I think their mortar fire is hitting their own troops an awful lot. with these guys being held stationary by our units, it's a lot easier to get solid warp lightning. Turns out it doesn't matter how good your combat stats are if you get hit by lightning. So we don't have any directly combat relevant items. I mean, I guess the Opal Amulet is good for direct combat. Banning can't just like stand still and stab a guy. He's got to leap dramatically from place to place. Alright, Plague Mortars refire. We should make pretty short work of the front of the gate here. We're actually kind of out of Winds of Magic. Also, Banning is only barely winning that battle. Can somebody help him? He's winning, but it's a lot closer than I wanted it to be. I was hoping, since he's all upgraded and stuff, that he might have a little something for him. I guess he doesn't have all that many yellow skills, but he has some yellow skills. Alright, he drove their lord back. I don't know what their mortar crew has. It stopped firing for a little while to relocate slightly. You guys should probably get off the wall here. And in fact, it looks like they've surrendered. Never mind. I was about to say, and in fact, everybody should get off the wall and let's just run toward the city center. So we took some shelling there, but I think on the whole that worked out. Yeah, only 435 losses. We'll replenish quickly, and we don't have to sit here for a whole turn waiting to build battering rams, because, like I said, we should get this done and then get the hell out of here. Little underway movement to skip having to run back around the edge of the bay. We'll just disappear back into the forest. So I'm excited to build some more units of Plague Mortars once we have the ability to do so here in a few turns, because I'm very impressed. This is one of the things I like a lot about the Regiment of Renown, actually, the Regiment of Renown system. In addition to it just being cool to have specialized units, it's a really good way to get like a sampler of what your faction has available so that you know what you want to build a whole bunch of. And what we want to build a whole bunch of is rats with Plague Mortars on their backs. It is a shame we can't load those into like a proper mortar and get that real mortar range, but I guess the a lot of the the spooky mist technology that the Skaven use is reliant on being held in glass globes, and maybe those don't carry quite the way you would hope. Wow, that was a lot of money, actually. A lot of money for just winning the battle, and then we're also going to get, also going to get to sack the place. Alright, we killed their lord. We got an engineering student. We get to finally take our crackle bombs. So three explosives that Banning gets to throw every battle. Also, this guy now gives plus 60 accuracy and plus 20 reload skill to allies nearby for 32 of every 90 seconds. I wonder how they decide that 32 seconds is the right duration. We've done that. We may as well also expand the Under Empire. And then, yeah, like I said, next turn we'll under Empire, or we'll underway stance, and we'll just zoom out of here. Do you guys want to peace?
No. No.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised by that. I would happily have taken peace. Okay, so we have some money to play with here. What do we want to do? We have way too much public order in this province. I think I might... we do not need to upgrade this for the purpose of unlocking tech or anything. I might pull this and install a garrison building. Definitely want to upgrade you. We don't need to upgrade the Bellet to borrow. Upgrading this, what does this actually do for us? So right now we're getting 1 public order, some Skaven corruption nearby. This increases the amount of Skaven corruption Increases our hero capacity for Plague Priests and Eshin Sorcerers. Yeah, by one point above what the other thing does. And it... Okay, this is the thing that allows you to create the poison weapons for your gutter runners. It's not a super high priority. I think actually this is... the Den of Secrets is a slightly higher priority. We want to have that available. Do we already have one of those? No, we had built the basic building here. Yeah, the Den of Secrets is a good thing. We want Eshin Triads, for sure. And then we just buy a bunch of income-increasing buildings, as we often do when given such an opportunity. What do we want to do here? We probably... Actually, Maragliano has a natural 19-unit garrison. It doesn't really need extra stuff, but we do have the option of building extra stuff. Maybe we should. Yeah, we should probably build arcane generators, because we have a fair amount of income here. That's gonna be money. We really, really need money. And then, is there anything else that's like super pressing that we want to build here? I don't think there is. So we're 14 turns off of having enough population to cap out Skaven Blight. We're 2 turns off of having enough population to cap this place out. It's kind of remarkable how much faster this has gone. I guess we have 3 docks, which helps. So we have 4K. We probably want to just save the money we have to start building the garrison building in Magritta. We could perform a dominating scheme, but we don't really need it anymore. Our growth is good, our food is good, our public order is good. Plus 40 plus 40 growth, I guess would actually take... That would take a few turns off of the time needed to max out Skaven Blight, but I don't think it's worth the 3,000 gold, honestly. So yeah, I think we're content to leave Myrmidons as it is. We might go on a little bit of a rampage since they didn't accept the peace. I might go up to Zvorak and like maybe burn that to the ground. I really want the border princes off my back, basically. I want to be able to focus my attention northward. And like I said, when we get our next Doom engineer, he's definitely going to set up a couple of he's going to set up an under empire in a city that is far away, where we don't have to worry so much about our enemies falling to us before the damn thing expands. We made good money off of the one that we put in Carcassonne, and we made good money off of sacking Carcassonne as well. Ooh, that army complicates things. See, now it gets a lot less safe to do an underway move, because these guys could catch us moving, and we're not in perfect shape here. I don't know that I want to fight a full stack. Capture and occupy Karak Bufdar within 7 turns to get 500 gold. What is it, my birthday?
Can't see me.
So we could creep up here and go into ambush mode. See if we can catch these guys that way. An underway move would put us in position to get attacked. I'm going to try this again. No, okay, we're even less likely to get a peace treaty now. They want no part of it. Alright, Magritta, start your defensive structure. It'd be really cool if we had more than 11 units in that garrison, considering how very outside and vulnerable it is. And then here in Myrmidons, I would also like money. Let's see, the Warpstone Refinery. I kind of want to build this, even though so far it's been tremendously unhelpful. We can upgrade it to be a 10% chance. Maybe that's a priority. And then honestly, I might build the deeper tunnels here too, just to make it, first of all, to make it hard for them to carve us out, but secondly, to continue to introduce Skaven corruption into this and the surrounding areas. What do we want to do with you? I think the ambush move is probably the right one. If I were to underway, we can make it all the way back to here. We'll be totally safe. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. There's no way that army has enough movement to reach us. Yeah, they can't even get to us in march mode. And now, declaring war on Carcassonne at the moment would... What on earth is this army? I'm very sidetracked. Declaring war on Carcassonne right now would not necessarily be the smartest thing we've ever done in terms of, like, campaign direction. You know what? Maybe we're going after Carcassonne right now, though. I'm just thinking... What I was thinking is that regardless of whether or not we plan to fight the faction as a whole, this is an incredible target of opportunity. They've just left 12 units right here in front of me for free. They must be going to Sartosa, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. But what the hell is this? Why would you build this? I mean, we gotta, right? We gotta kill him. I'll never forgive myself if I don't take advantage of this ridiculous thing they've done. You get a totally free victory here. Actually, considerably less free than it would have been if I'd done it manually. We do have a Doom Wheel available. Do we want to recruit that? Probably not. This army has enough gimmick going on. I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to replace all these clan rats with storm vermin. Well, right now we have what? 6, 7, 8. Like we have 8 units of real infantry. If you count clan rats as being real, we could lose a little bit more. Get a Doom Wheel in here. Probably the thing we should do is we should let the Doom Wheel and the Doom Flayers be recruited into Banning's army instead. Because he could use things that have that purpose. Alright, here we're definitely going to start lowering the upkeep cost for this army. And you have Assassin's Trophy, so what do you want next? Concealment bombs to let you disengage from enemies, I suppose might be useful. Or we just take more weapon strength. You know what? I'm just gonna finish off his weapon strength buffs. And this army is terribly designed, and also they're tired. So this should be a pretty easy one. I'm a little worried that I'm gonna hit auto resolve here, and it's gonna kill a bunch of my stuff because it's like, oh, enemy ranged units. We're gonna quick save, and I'm gonna auto resolve just because I'm really curious what the result is, and then we may play the battle manually. Okay, I'll accept that. But right, like, we couldn't just let that go. That would be ridiculous. You so rarely get an opportunity to consume that many of an enemy's units for absolutely free. Would not have done to just pass that by. And then let's turn around and head north. It is possible that orcs are going to show up on my border and make my whole thing here a little bit more complicated, but I feel pretty good about this. If we could get peace from the border princes, perhaps by annihilating this army after it moves forward next turn or something, then we could move Banning up to Maragliano and have him on dwarf duty, which I think is the way we want to do this. And we have 5,000 gold. Feels like we ought to spend some of it. There's got to be some upgrades somewhere I could... Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of empty buildings here. This is probably the right place. So... what do we need? I suppose we could use some recruitment structures up here as well, but we don't need them, right? Maybe we don't actually need to buy anything at all? Oh, we should upgrade this. Sorry. This needs to get upgraded because Banning should have access to the improved units from that building. And then at some point, we want to recruit a Warlock Master so that we could get our workshop leveled up. But it feels like it's going to be a long time from now. I'm glad we went for Banning, though. He's been very helpful. Do we want to build a Doom Rocket? Maybe? I kind of would rather take the thing here and get us another set of Rattling guns for free. Not free, but I mean for the cost of just some warp fuel. I guess as long as we have a rocket, there's no reason to build another rocket. Unless I think we might need rockets from both armies at the same time. Okay, war has been declared on us by the order of the Lore Master. I'm going to tell the orcs they don't even have to show up. Sometimes when you get declared on by a major faction like that, your allies, instead of agreeing to come to your aid, will simply break the alliance, and I want to limit the chance of that happening. Oh, really? The pirates think this is the moment to end the non-aggression pact. I don't really want to destroy them just yet, but I suppose taking over Sartosa would not really expand our vulnerability any. We already have settlements down there, right? Like Lucchini is right on top of it. I think they might be going for Maragliano. Alright, well, we'll get around over to there. But yeah, we could take over Sartosa. Sartosa's certainly worth some money. And I think 2 armies of 10 units is maybe... 2 armies of 10 units each is maybe the least financially efficient way to move 20 units from one place to another. I'm not 100% sure what they're thinking up there. Let's cap this out. And actually, this is probably where we should stop for today. I think some questionable decisions have been made by our allies here. Sartosa is a tough... It's a tough claim, I'll say that. They have mortars and gunnery mobs riding giant crabs and actual ghosts. A Necrofex Colossus is a giant monster that's made out of a pirate ship. It's not like we can just roll in there and conquer them for free. But we could just roll in there and conquer them. I'm fairly confident we can get that done. Yeah, I'm getting distracted. Hey, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. It's really easy to get drawn forward little bits at a time in this game. Come back next time when we're certainly going to make somebody pay. At this point, maybe everybody. And we'll see you then.